Welcome. My name is Pam Gockley, and we will be interviewing attorney Robin Gray today about immigration and how it is affecting business. It is March 2017, and we're having a lot of changes and a lot of miscommunications and a lot of falsehoods about the immigration and how that's affecting business today. So we really want to have Robin speak to some of the facts about immigration and not that emotional thing that's going on today on social media. So, Robin, can you talk to me about immigration and business?
I can. And as you said in the introduction, there's a lot of miscommunication, a lot of misinformation out there about what's going on. Immigration and business, as of now, nothing has changed from what the law has been. Employers may sponsor individuals to come to the country on various different visas. The most popular is like an H-1B visa, which is bringing someone over that you want to bring as an immigrant if they have a profession, a specialized area of expertise, special training that fits what you need in your business. Again, you hear a lot about the bans, like travel ban, for example. One that doesn't affect on a business. The travel ban was temporary, 90-day, until they could figure out different ways of clearing from certain countries, certain people to come into the country. That was also, those countries were in effect prior to the change of the administration. The enforcement of the laws right now are laws that have been on the books for the past 20 plus years. Nothing is new. It's just made media coverage and scaring everybody, including businesses. Businesses should not be afraid to bring anyone here that they need to. I'm still meeting with business clients. We're still, trying to actively bring over individuals to help with the business because they can't get the help here that they need, in the certain areas.
So you're saying there's no new laws on the books and that business owners can contact an attorney, and that's probably the best way to go, contact an attorney to help bring folks over from other countries. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. The process itself is very difficult, and it always has been. In fact, last July, they changed, the H-1B is probably the most popular because it's a permanent immigrant visa. Permanent to become a permanent resident. So that tends to be the most popular that individuals want as well, although there are other temporary visas. But last July, they started a new procedure where you have to go through to actually obtain a prevailing wage determination from Department of Labor before you go through the Department of Labor process first. And then after you get approval from the Department of Labor, then you file with the immigration. It's actually now a 3-step process and not 2-step process. Plus there's advertising that you have to do. You need to make sure that the advertising is worded correctly and also that you advertise properly. There's certain timing. You have to time it properly as well, because once you file with immigration, there's a quota system and they only have so many visas per every 6 months, every October and April. So there's certain requirements that you have to follow. So absolutely, that employer should get someone, an attorney to assist them. They can't do it on their own. It's too complicated.
Wow, it just sounds so complicated. So again, I think I know you're an attorney, but even if they don't contact you per se, they should have an attorney walking through this with them, right?
Oh, they should. And again, it's complicated, but it's not impossible. I don't want to scare employers off from saying they can't do that. I just had someone, employer, call me last week that I'm meeting with in this coming week, second week in March, where they want to bring people in. They had a great experience with someone else from that country, so they want to bring 2 more, whole families over. It benefits the business in the long run. Once you know the process, it's meeting the requirements of the process. A business owner is too busy running their business to be able to meet all those requirements. They're going to miss deadlines. And if they don't have something worded correctly, then they're going to get rejected, especially a small business, because the bigger businesses obviously have this down to a science, and they know the timing and they can get in the quotas. And
Well, that brings another question. I know you're licensed to practice law in Pennsylvania, Maryland, and New York.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
as far as the immigration, so
Right.
you can only do those 3 states. Is that correct?
No, immigration, once you're an immigration attorney, you can practice anywhere in the United States. Like I said, I can help anyone in the U.S. with an employment immigration need or any immigration need. I can go to the immigration court anywhere in the country.
So it's just not limited to where you're licensed to practice law, because that always confused me.
Yeah. No, it's not limited. Immigration is not limited to where you're licensed to practice law. And for clients, if they wish to reach me or either any other attorney, a lot of us, we can meet by Skype. My God, there's FaceTime now, that we can do, emails, telephone calls. But, face-to-face, I certainly have, Skype capability and other capabilities to meet face-to-face with clients. I've represented clients from all over the country.
So could you just walk us through a little bit? So what is the timeline? So if somebody wants to bring somebody over from another country and they arrive on in our country, what is the timeline? I mean, you don't have, you have to follow their rules, but just an average timeline for somebody.
Average timeline, like I said, you have to go through this other step first, prevailing wage. That seems to be taking now probably, 4 to 6 months to get a decision. And a lot of it is just lack of help with Department of Labor of any of the things, any of the agencies. So that seems to be taking about 4 to 6 months. And then you have to go with Department of Labor and actually then file another form with the Department of Labor, showing here's the requirements that you want for the job. This is the education. This is what you're looking for. You're going to pay the prevailing wage. Provide documentation to show that you're a viable agency, viable employer. And so then you have to wait in the Department of Labor. And they can be anywhere around 6 months or so. And then once you get in, again, you have to do your timing. And you try to time it. Let's say if you get, you're able then to file your H-1B visa your I-140 application, which is the application for the visa that you're seeking. You can file that with immigration. Let's say if you get it in under the quota, again, that might take up to a year. Now, they do have something called premium processing with an H-1B. Now, that's an additional fee for the employer. But if the employer finds it necessary and they meet the requirements, you can pay. Basically, you're paying to speed up the process and you move to the head of the line. So if you give the government another $1,000 on top of your other filing fees, then it's faster. That's all.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So you have a year. You have a year right there. That's
you're probably at least a year and a half, 2 years. Again, unless by the time you get to the other stage, if you pay the extra money, it's faster.
Wow. Well, I just want to thank you for sitting down and talking to us today a little bit about the immigration. I think we're planning to do more videos and on specific topics. So, and I want to thank you for taking the fear and the misinformation out there, and look for our additional videos coming up about immigration for your business. Thank you.
Thank you.